Wow, wow, wow. Here I am streaming on a Monday. Woo! And literally the day before Chinese New Year's. Wow! Unfortunately, I got a lot of plans going on tomorrow, so no stream. But that's why we're doing it today. And also to make up for the fact that I didn't stream on Friday because of other IRL stuff. But yeah! Welcome to Fireside Feelings. I know it looks like I started the game because, yeah, but I was just wanting to make sure that I captured the game before starting it, so, you know, I was a little bit prepared, but then I just went ahead and just, like, got started a little bit, and I wanted to wait, so I was like, here I am, waiting for, like, 10 minutes on this screen. And also, like, I have two monitors, and usually, like, games are set up on the monitor where I look at to game, but this one opened up to my other one, so I was like freaking out a little bit. I was like, it's on the wrong monitor, but it's pretty easy to fix. But yes, hi la, it's Star-LaLa. This imperfect star wants to share her music desires to the world. Yay! So yes, welcome. So this game is called Fireside Feelings. I actually discovered the game because someone mentioned it in Kind Words too. At the vintage stuff. And it's like the place where you recommend stuff. So yeah, someone recommended this. So it's supposed to be-ish similar to Kind Words, where people just let out their feelings next to a fireplace. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So as we see, ooh, the fire's name is Spark. And at first they were speaking this language, and then I had to, of course, choose the language that, you know, I could speak, which is only English, and then it fixes itself. So Spark, oh sorry, I thought you spoke fire too. Do I look like fire? What did you pick as your second language in middle school? I think Spanish, but very, very limited. Wait, I'm getting off track. First of all, I'd like to welcome you by my side. What a pleasure to see new people joining us. I'm Spark. What's your name? So this is where I wanted to wait. Yes, my name is Star-LaLa. Amazing. As we say around here, warmth to you, Star-LaLa. Oh no, the word warm. I love meeting new humans, or human beings. Let me explain a little about what we do here. Our campfire is a place of empathy. We take the time to answer intimate, deep, or funny questions, then we discover what others shared before us, like a gentle and sincere echo through time. We're here to grow hand in hand. But to ensure the best possible experience, these encounters don't happen in real time. Here's an example. To the last person who played this game, I asked the following question. What beautiful emotion would you like to pass on to the next person who starts this game? Here's what they answered. A benevolent stranger. Wow, we're using the big words. No matter what trials and hardships you are facing right now, I hope you never lose sight of how far you've come and how much you've accomplished. This is what they wanted to share with you, communicating without speaking to you directly. And now I'd like to ask you the same question. What beautiful emotion would you like to pass on to the next person who starts this game? Write a nice message. I think I can go with that. Life may be difficult to navigate through. Please do reach out to others to assist you along the way. I think that's a nice one. Life may be difficult to navigate through alone. Please do reach out to others to assist you along the way. Thank you. This way the chain will continue on and on. You see, that's how things work here. We receive the experiences and emotions of others and share ours in return. When I ask you a question, you'll have the time to answer it in a personal and heartfelt way. Once you've answered, you'll be able to read what the player across from you wrote during their own session. They will not know that you talked with them. Similarly, you will have no way to contact them or know who they are, as we never share the real usernames of the players. We're here for just two things: sharing our emotions and experiences, growing together in a space that fosters empathy. This is not a place to try to convince someone they're wrong or to question their story. Here, kindness is key, and it creates beautiful moments to cherish. I hope you'll experience it that way too. However, for other players to meet and talk with you in the future, I'll need your permission to remember your answers. In any case, we change your username to make the responses anonymous. So that's how it is, like kind words. Do you agree to share your answers with other players? Yes. All right. Let's meet under the stars in just a few minutes for our first beautiful moment together. See you soon. Do I have to start with who are you? I guess I do. Ooh, I just love how comfy this already feels. Especially with the music, it really helps set the mood. Whoa! A bee. Which one would suit me the best? Oh, I like the bee. The bee is really cute. Oh, write it out. You can customize. Very, very nice. Maybe pink, cause I'm pink, or blue. I think. And is this for secondary? Oh, it's for the cheeks. Oh, and you do have a star one. But I do like blush. I love the blush. Maybe we'll do that for the star. Like a star, a star. Your speech bubble. Wow. Very, very nice. Then for clothes, we're changing the color of it. So yeah, we can really try to make it like me. Yeah. New promise fulfilled. Oh, hello. Are you joining us? Oh, I can use my mascara. Click to continue the conversation. Oh, I just love meeting new people. We were actually just talking about friendship. I'm so glad you're here. It's always so lovely to chat all night long with friends. Hello, KFC. Good evening, good evening. How are you? How are you? What's your relationship with friendship? Do you think we'll manage to become friends? Spark asked you a question. Now it's your turn to answer. Whoa. Click on this button to divide your response into multiple bubbles. Those will make it easier to read for other players. Once you're done. Okay. That's very good to hear, KFC. So yes, welcome to Fireside Feelings. So think of kind words, but next to a fireplace. And the ambiance and everything. It really does feel so cozy. Let's see. So do you think we'll manage to become friends? Of course. Left click on a bubble to edit it. I see no reason why we can't be friends. And you? Now it's a cute kitten's turn to answer. A cute kitten is a real player who answered the same questions as you in their own game. A cute kitten is an anonymous nickname, not the real username of the player you're interacting with. Similarly, your answers will also be used anonymously in the games of other players. Which is why we encourage you to be kind in your responses. I do. I think being open to new friendships... Oh, they misspelled it. It's okay. Is the first and most important step. And I'm eager to meet new people and learn about them. There's always something to bond over. Shared interests, movies, books. Wow, their response is much more sophisticated than mine. Scroll through this guide to view the discussion history. Aha, yes, very nice. Hello, Vin. Hello. How are you? You'll see it's always magical to remake the world around a good campfire. Plus, you both seem like two people who will quickly become friends. Sometimes life puts people in your path and boom! Star-LaLa, has it ever happened to you? Meeting someone and instantly knowing they'd become a friend? Yes, I have. It's crazy sometimes how easy. Oh goodness. I get nostalgia of my campfire camp days as a kid, listening horror legend stories and campfire eating with marshmallow. And right now it's like I've actually never been like camping at all. And you know, be able to do those things, like sitting next to a campfire with other people and just like sharing stories and whatnot. Like I've always seen it in animes. Oh, thank you, Vin. Because I've seen it in animes, or you know, like I have made use of like a campfire, but it's more of like the modern way at like someone's house to make marshmallows. So I like that I get to experience it a little bit right here. And like the music really helps like set the tone. Like I just love it. It really feels comfy. Just like that. A couple times, yeah. There were people I instantly clicked with and felt like I had known them for ages. It can make things harder because I never know if the other person feels the same way. That's when my anxiety usually kicks in and I get too nervous to contact them or ask to hang out. Wow, this person spit her responses. Oh my gosh, the colors. As long as we're surrounded by the right people, right? That is so cool. Whoa, this is only question 3 out of 8. Very interesting. Do you prefer having lots of friends around you or just a few close ones? I prefer having a few close ones. Just because you have a lot of friends doesn't mean that they will be loyal to you. I've made a lot of friends along the way, but only consider 4 to 5 of them as close friends. Are those others AI chatbots? So right now, the game is claiming that the other person, the cat, is actually a real player as well. But then to avoid like people like finding out who is who, that it is not in real time. So the other player already answered these questions when they played this game, like whenever they did. And then the spark, the fire, is just like, I guess, the chat mediator, or the one who just starts the questions, and I'm just responding to them. But we do get to see what the other person responded whenever they did play the game. Yes, kato. Real players like a proper communication. At any time, you can leave the discussion and return to the main menu. When you reopen the game, you can pick up the discussion where you left off. I prefer a smaller friend group. It makes things feel more intimate and personal. The more people there are in a group, the harder it gets to give them the attention and care they deserve. It makes it harder for me to be myself, too. The bigger the group, the more I feel like I need to perform to fit in. True, chow. With this small group of friends, I feel like it's easier to understand each other and open up, knowing you and your secrets are safe with them. Most of the time. Last night, I was chatting with a hiker from Slovenia. And she was telling me about her little cousin who, in a few minutes, made a new friend at the playground. Yeah! And she thought to herself, when was the last time you made a friend? Like a real one, not just a party buddy or colleague. A real one, the kind you stay up all night with, you're making the world around a fire. Could you say when you last made a friend like that? How did it happen? What made you take that step? Let's see. When was the last time? When did I start chatting up with my current bestie? Because my thing is that I feel like every other year, or either every year or every other year, I have like a really, really close friend who I would consider my bestie. And it started way back in high school, actually. See, sophomore? I think my sophomore or junior year in high school. Or maybe even freshman, I can't remember now. But it all started with the one. And this one friend, they currently live in a different city. And we hardly reach out to each other now, but we still consider each other friends. But then from there, once I got into college, I then met a friend in the anime club who I considered my bestie. And then, or I met a few besties from there. But then the besties would cycle through. Because then I consider this one person a friend, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I still don't know what happened to this day, but out of nowhere, they just started ignoring me and another friend. And so there's okay, well, moving on with life. And then I became besties with another person who to this day truly still does support me. It's just that again, we don't really talk to each other like that anymore. But definitely in university, I think we eventually even became roommates. And then, and I forgot, I technically had another one before the anime club. Actually, this one was my freshman year in university because I knew of the person's name from high school. And then here we are at freshman orientation being oh my gosh, I know you. And it's yeah, I know you too. We never talked to each other in high school, but yeah, I know you. And they're here, you want to become roommates? It'll be easy to at least be roommates with someone you kind of ish know from high school. So I was yeah, sure. And so yeah, we spent every waking moment together. And let's just say there was a few moments of drama here and there, not gonna lie. But then yeah, after the first year of living together, we went about our own ways. Then anime club came into the picture, and then from there, I guess I'll number them off. Like I had bestie 1, and then bestie 1 went their own way, so I had bestie 2, and then bestie 2. I think, yeah, they graduated early. They're younger than me, but then they were able to graduate early. So then they went into did their own thing, and then I had bestie 3, and yeah, that was good for a while until, I don't know, it just became a little bit too much. And then from there, and then that's whenever I started my student teaching, because like whenever I was trying to decide on what I wanted to do in college, at first I was wanting to do something in business, didn't like that, so went to computer, and that only lasted for like about 2 years, and so I was like, I can't remember, retain anything, so then I finally officially declared my major in something in education. So definitely whenever that happened, of transferring to education, that I kind of like leaned away from the anime club, focused on my own thing, especially whenever student teaching happened. I swear, I think that is one of like the roughest years of my life, because a good chunk of universities do it for 1 semester, but at the university I went to, they did it for 2 semesters, so pretty much a full year of student teaching. It was rough. So it was hard to maintain like communication with anyone throughout that time. With that being said, so after all that mess of student teaching, and then trying to, or actually not trying to, once I started my first job being a teacher, that was also a rough start. Like, I didn't even like maintain communication with my fiance, well, boyfriend at the time, fiance now. Like, I think we barely talked to each other, so I'm surprised that he still like is with me. Cause like I was just so focused, I was locked in. Especially because during that time it was COVID year, so it was a very interesting experience of virtual teaching. And then from there, I mean, sure, I became friendly with other teachers there, but I haven't really considered anyone like a bestie. Not until the second school I worked with that I made a few close friends, but then after I left, communication kind of leaned off. But then right now, at the current school that I worked at, I definitely made a friend who I would consider a bestie. Even though right now, I feel like they're still trying to find their own path, especially because they did recently resign from the school. Because, like, you know, it is easy to make conversations if you work at the same workplace, so you share the same feelings, similar experiences. It's just easier to, like, have conversations like that, especially in, like, a school setting. Sorry, I do probably need to hydrate. Let me hydrate real quick. But yeah, ever since they resigned from the school, I feel like they feel incomplete. Like, yes, they're happy of not needing to worry about the stress of school anymore, but the way that they like to live their life, I feel like they really like to live with a sense of purpose, in which being a teacher really does give you that feeling. So now that they resigned from the school, I feel like they lost that piece of themselves. And even though at the current work, oh god, my throat! And I just drank some water too. I think my voice needs to get used to all the yapping. But yes. But yes, I feel like even right now at the new job, where it's definitely not as difficult as working at the school. It's just like selling kids' clothing. But, you know, there's only so much you do with that versus being a teacher and being able to build a connection with other kiddos, in which I think my friend really liked to do. So this is my long roundabout way of saying my recent best friend that I have is from that school. I really yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, let me a real one, the kind you stay up all night with, remaking the world around a fire. So I would like to say this was 2 years ago. I last made a friend like that back. I last made a friend like that about 2 years ago. We met by working at the same school. We didn't talk to each other initially, but once we did, it was smooth sailings from there. Even through my roughest times, they were there for me. Which is true. And you? I have a hard time making friends. I always feel like an NPC in someone else's game. Oh. Is that I nice conversation to have before you get on with your normal quest/life. Oh, there we go. The last time I made a real friend was with a coworker. I think I need this sort of forced proximity to warm up to people, like it used to be in school, you know? Oh yeah, that is true. That is an interesting point. That forced proximity. We clicked instantly, being the same age and all, but it was always just work. It was her who made us cross that line and meet up outside of work. Nothing special, really. It started with inviting each other to our birthdays. Then we meet up before work events to choose outfits or drive there together. And at one point I stopped introducing her as my colleague from work and started calling her a friend. Now I can text her anytime and talk for hours. It was such a slow and organic bond, neither of us can really pinpoint when exactly the switch happened. But I love every second of this journey. I'm glad that I found her, or actually that she found me. There's such a great conversation, Pavel. I wish I could talk like that. It makes me feel so small, so useless. Have you ever fallen in love with a friend? And if so, what did you do? Yes, I have. They are actually now, now my fiancé. We first met in university. I actually didn't like him at all. The first impressions were not the best. However, as we got to know more about each other throughout the years, I, of course, started to catch feelings for him. I confess to... I planned to confess to him on Valentine's Day, but couldn't wait. decided to confess in a parking lot. I think I'm a little in love with all of my friends. Oh, not in a creepy friend zone way or even a friends to lovers way. I just have a deep warmth and admiration for all of them that could turn to romantic love if I let it grow in that direction. Maybe they are AI. We're kidding. I say they're not AI because in the very first question, they misspelled friend. And do you think AI would misspell such a word? But the way they talk, what the heck? I suspected I'm demisexual or demi-romantic for quite a while now. Oh, they used the wrong quite, so it's not AI, confirmed. So that might be why. I need a deep trust and understanding that friendship usually has to form these sort of deep feelings at all. So the potential is always there. But I do my best to not let it get out of hand and past the what-if fantasy. I cherish every friendship I have and wouldn't want to risk any of it for something as unpredictably as romantic feelings. You've probably also lost friends, I imagine, like all of us. For me, it's almost every time the sun rises. But when I talk about losing a friend, what comes to your mind immediately? Losing a friend. Hello, my chair. Hellos. How are you? So when I talk about losing a friend, so anyway, this goes back to what I was yapping about of all the besties I would have. Would lose them after their journey was over. Doing well. Right now, just enjoying the campfire, talking about our feelings. Baby. As the quote goes, people come, people go. Understand. It is where, like, yeah, as you grow older and older, that it's like you truly do meet a lot of people, or you experience a lot of things in life, and like some quotes just don't hit you like that until you truly experience it, or you go through it yourself. There is one form of friendships that, to some degree, still haunts me. I'm what I used to call a passive friend, which is just a stupid way to say I rarely am the one to start a conversation or come up with plans. People might think it's a sign of my lack of interest in them, or that I'm just too lazy or unbothered. That it's a toxic trait and a red flag. Maybe it is. But it's just my anxiety acting up. We could be friends for ages and I'd still feel like a burden to you when I so much as ask if you want to hang out or how your day has been. I just never felt like someone would want to get a notification and see my name pop up on the screen of their phone, you know. I know it's stupid, and I'm working on it. I really am, but it's so hard. Anyway, my friends know about this and they don't mind. At least I thought they did it until one day person B asked me if something happened between person A and me. Something about them saying we aren't really friends anymore. After months and months of hanging out with them, sending message after message helping them through hard times and opening up about insecurities. I texted A, of course I did, and they went on to tell me how much of an awful friend I was, that I never text first, didn't put in enough work, etc. Damn! Damn! I was devastated. We had talked about this, about my anxiety and how it had nothing to do with her. She had said she understood, that she didn't mind initiating things. Turned out she wasn't fine anymore, and she didn't tell me. She told someone else. See, that's the thing with communication. Like if you have a problem with someone, tell the person you have a problem with. This is why friendship dramas happen, because we want to tell everyone else except for the person, and then one of the other friends is gonna eventually snitch, so it just creates the drama. Ah! The friendship ended. She had made her decision and I couldn't do anything about it. I knew I was at fault here too. The effort put into friendship shouldn't feel one-sided, never, but it didn't help with my problem either. Wow, this person, they have a lot to say. Which is fine, but I'm just like, whoa. It really feels like I'm reading a story. And already, like, this is the huge plus side of Fireside Feelings. Because I guess you can really give, like, a long response versus kind words, where you can, like, only give, like, a very limited response. So this is a nice change of pace. Sorry, I'm just checking my phone real quick. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back super quick. I want to get my packages to avoid, porch pirates. So yes, let me get my packages super quick, okay? Okay. Hold on. Oh, I need to turn back on my camera. Oh, yeah. Thank you for waiting. Whew. I ran to get it. Whew. Let me catch my breath real quick. Oh, sorry, White Chair. I didn't see your question of what is this game. So yes, this game is called Fireside Feelings. So if you remember all my kind words, gameplays, videos, then this is our kind words. But then as you see, you're right next to a campfire. And the fire name is Spark. They're the ones that start the question. I give a response. And then the other person also responds. But then their response is not in real time to avoid figuring out who is who. Even though your username is anonymous. But even then, if let's say right now how I am, if I'm streaming, that you just don't know who is who. So their response is whenever they played the game the last time they did. And so we're just reading through it. And like I said, right now we can really see that in this game you can really give a very long, thoughtful response. Not to say that you can't in kind words, but you are very limited in kind words of how much you can say. So I guess like kind words forces you to only like say and emphasize important details, while in Fireside Feelings, you can really just share your story. Did I read this one? I can't remember. I'll just read it again. I still doubt myself with every message I send or don't send. Overthink every step in a friendship, new and old. Sometimes I fear it makes me miss out on new friendships because I just don't want anyone to feel like I don't care for them. And you can't just start a friendship with a disclaimer, as weird at that, right? But I miss her. I really do. Speaking about breakups, have you ever ended a friendship because you thought it was better for you? That you loved the person in one way or another, but it wasn't good for your well-being to have them around? Or simply be so close to them? Yes, I have ended a friendship. Ended a friendship because I thought it was better for me. It truly felt like the friendship has ran its course. Now's what I would say. Again, I don't think these games are the type for you, my chair. I feel like you would be too honest, too blunt. It felt to try to keep now you're nice. I see. Sometimes, yeah. And who's to say everyone else is not like that too? Because can someone always be on 100% all the time? Especially of being nice? No, I'm kidding. That's just the cynical part of me talking. And for when they mean you're not blocking them. They kept persisting to give their It was too late. The damage was done. The first thing that comes to my mind happened ages ago. Here we go. I was around 12-ish, I think. I had a mutual friend with my older sister, and we spent almost every day together. Meet up after school, had sleepovers every weekend. You get the idea. It wasn't a matter if we hung out together, just when and where. And that was kind of the problem. They're such a good storyteller. They know when to create like a separate bubble to build up that suspense. Ooh. They stopped asking me if I wanted to hang out. Just made plans for me, and when we spent time together, more and more made me feel like the third wheel. When we were playing fairies and witches with dolls, mine would get frozen by one of them for being annoying, and they would continue playing while I just sat there and unable to do anything. Petty things like that. We were children after all. But I had grown tired of having them decide for me. I just wanted to have a choice, for them to ask me if I wanted to hang out, not just expect me to. Indeed, White Chair, indeed. I would have said yes, despite our difficulties. I loved hanging out with them. I just wanted them to ask. When I told them that, my sister understood. I was the one who brought her into that friendship after all. She was just happy to join and got carried away. But our mutual friend didn't. She accused me of not wanting to be her friend anymore, like me saying no to hanging out with her once, or even getting the option to do so, meant I would say no forever. I was terrified, but even at that young age, I knew this wasn't okay, that she was being obsessive, and I ended things. I told her no for the first time. This might seem overdramatic, I know it is, but it was an important step in my life to help me figure out boundaries. Spike is speechless. One last question, because I don't want to keep you up all night. Especially since if I did, it would probably catch fire. Ah! But if we asked your friends to give an adjective oh my goodness, I can't read! But if we asked your friends to give an adjective that best defines you, what would it be? I need to look up adjectives, hold on. Adjective. Let's see, how would I describe myself? Let's see, attractive? Am I attractive? Bald? I'm not bald, I promise. Muscular? Oh, I am very plump. Let's see, agreeable? Yeah. I could say faithful. Nice, lively, kind. Oh, okay, cute. Malicious? I'm not malicious. That's a big one. How about I do one of each that I see? Like appearance, positive, personality, negative personality, and size. Oh, cool. What's wrong with you? That is appearance. Oh, wow, how do you spell appearance? Appearance. I would like to say adorable. Adorable. Positive. Oh, that one is for you. Okay, right chair. I was about to say, what have I been malicious to y'all? Positive. I would like to say, kind. Kind. I still have to get used to this new keyboard. I got myself a new keyboard that's an aluminum keyboard. Ooh. But I think right now, like, and also my nails too, that my natural nails are growing. So yeah, I definitely need to, like, possibly get that fixed up for the next nail appointment. But let's see. Negative. personality. Or maybe it's the angle too, because I just fixed the angle, it's much better. But yes, negative personality. I would like to say lazy. I can get very, very lazy. And then last thing, size. Chunky. A mammoth? Why would you ever use that? Colossal? What the? Let's see. Just because it's funny. Amends. Funny. I like to joke around, lighten the mood with puns or witty comments. Making people laugh is the best thing in the world. The world sucks sometimes, and as you get older, life can be tough. I want to be a light in the dark for them. I want them to have a smile on their face when they think of me and remember the stupid face I made or the last thing I said the last time we hung out. Damn! I hope I don't want to be just another thing they have to worry about, and someone that brings them joy. Also, I'm unintentionally funny due to my awkwardness and awful social skills outside of my social group. They know they can laugh with me and figure out life that. Thank you so much, my friends. It was a sweet and tender moment. I'll remember it for a long time. But before you go, you can take the camera I hid behind that rock, so you never forget that tonight you had a real heart-to-heart moment with a stranger. Camera behind. Wow! Click and drag the mouse to move the frame. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, because I want to have the picture with the fire and the gato. Take the photo. Yeah, the cat is a complete stranger. However, their responses are not in real time. It's whenever they answered the questions whenever they last played the game. Write a few words here. First, here, let me type properly. Ooh, I love the font. I love this. First conversation with a stranger. Oh, I guess I can't type that long. Yeah. First convo with a stranger. Oh, hell nah. What do you mean? You can customize a new backdrop. Whoa. Oh, okay. Adventure diary. My goals. Moments I want to experience. Oh. Very interesting. Move out of my apartment. Yes! I would just say all the meanest things to her so she can leave. What the? But they know it's not IRL. So technically they can't ever leave the conversation. If anything, you're the one that has to leave the conversation. Is that like what you think, White Chair? And again, I'm so glad that you don't play these type of games. No, so I guess I would just have to make new memories. Or just continue me. Oh! Wait, we can't go here yet. Huh? 1. Discover our first FAQ. What's that? Welcome to the FAQ. In Fireside Feelings, we ask you to share your feelings, your experiences, your emotions. Things that can sometimes be very intimate. And we thought it was only fair to know you're entrusting this honesty too. That's why we created this little game mode where Spark asks the team members about the game and players' questions. If you ever want to ask questions for the next FAQ, feel free to join our Discord. Hello, my old friends. For once, you won't be in the shadow screen Fireside Feelings, but you'll be answering questions from players. And a few of mine, too. So, hello, Vidu, and hello, Jacksmith. Could you introduce yourselves? Who are you? Hello, Spark. Indeed, it's true that we're the first guests of this FAQ, but I hope there will be more in the future. It would be great if everyone could meet Marwan, the musician who composed this amazing soundtrack for the collab games, our publisher. Yeah, I really love this OST. The soundtrack is so nice. Anyway, note that when I play the game in my free time, and I don't have this profile picture, my character is a fox. Anyway, to answer your question, in the default world, I love this way of naming daily life. My name is Vidu. I'm an illustrator and video game creator. I live in the southwest of France. Wow! French people are real. Right there. And I use he/him pronouns. And you, Jaximus, who are you? Hi, Spark. I'm Jaximus in the default world. I'm a video game creator, and in the team, I mainly handle development. Before that, I worked in 3D animation cinema. It was super exciting, but I needed to have more control over my creations. And with video games, I found a place to fully express myself, a super creative space where so much is left to do and explore. I also live in the southwest of France. Wah! Oh yeah, no worries, I did. I also use he/him pronouns. And on the side, I do climbing, gardening, bake sourdough bread, and dry my own herbs. Oh, whoa. Oh, and also I often appear as a cute little penguin with nice bangs and shorts. I animated him a bit by drawing inspiration for myself. I feel a bit like a journalist asking you questions I already know the answers to. And no one to scold me for melting the mic by holding it in my hands. So both of you are you part of a studio? Yes, we created our studio during the development of Fireside Feelings. We've been working together for years and have been friends even longer. But officially, at the beginning of 2025, we created Team Imperfect, a cooperative video game creation studio. We're super proud of that because it reflects the worldview we're trying to share with Fireside Feelings, a more empathetic, cooperative, and gentle world. Can you explain, Jax, what Team Imprentice looks like? Team Imprentice is about creating a studio where everyone feels good and making current capitalist models look outdated. At Team Imprentice, there is no boss. Everyone has the same decision-making power. Everyone has the same salary. There are no outside investors. The employees own the entire company. There are no fixed hours, though there are sometimes crunch periods. Ideally, and in the future, we'd like to aim for 24 hours per week. We'll see if it happens. It's also a place where we talk a lot with each other to make sure everyone's doing well. We listen and let others speak about their concerns or even their experiences from the day before. Our goal is total horizontality, with respect for human beings at the heart of our priorities. And our dream is to inspire lots of other teams to do the same. It's not me who's going to say otherwise. We, the Fires, the more we gather, the more we create something great. But tell me originally, how did you get the idea to make Fireside Feelings? Oh, long story. One of my most beautiful video game emotions is a game called Where Thoughts Go, a game by Lucas Risotto, which I discovered on MetaQuest 2. Woo, we fancy now, the MetaQuest! It's a lovely VR game that invites you to find yourself in beautiful landscapes and ask you a question. That would sound very peaceful. Things like, if you could advise something to the child you were, what would you say? Stop being a little And as soon as this sentence appears, you have lots of bubbles floating around you and you can touch them. As soon as you touch one, you hear someone else's testimony who answered the same question before you. It And of course, I cried all the tears in my body playing this game, which is really not practical when you have a VR headset on your head. Ah, true. Anyway, when we had to choose what our next game would be, a year ago, I proposed this idea. What if we made it 2D where thoughts go? Basically, that was the initial pitch, but then the game evolved a lot, and now it's no longer limited to that at all. But I'll let Jax explain how the project changed from the initial idea. What we wanted was a place where people could share their experiences in a listening space, then be there to receive the testimonies of others. Very quickly, we thought that these time-shifted discussions were really nice to allow people to take the time to write what's on their hearts. And we also wanted a place where one couldn't question someone's judgment who just confided. Very true. Especially if you have someone like White Chair playing the game. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding, White Chair. Just know it's all jokes. The classic example is someone responding to a person who testifies about an assault by asking how they were dressed at the time of the assault. Ooh. Yeah, that's a touchy one. That's a no-no. And you see, when we talked about this time loop to people around us, it always created a nice little surprise. It naturally pushed us to continue in this direction. We created a discussion system in places where we would have liked to make a campfire and talk all night in the default world. At the beginning, it was just 2 people around the campfire, a player and an NPC. But something was blocking. We had trouble creating a really good question-answer loop that didn't encourage players to ask each other questions, and suddenly, this time loop became a constraint. We needed someone to ask questions for both. That's when you appeared, Spark. Then afterwards, we continued to add game elements that reinforced the feeling of a cocoon. Customization of the decor, several characters, varied themes, etc. Wait, but wasn't I here since the beginning of the game? It must have been so empty without me. Right? Yes, definitely. It was one of the publishers we pitched the project to who helped us escape the trap we'd set for ourselves with this whole idea of a conversation. They told us, you should embrace the fact that these aren't really conversations, and that, for example, it could be the fire asking the questions. It was a great idea, wasn't it, Jax? Honestly, it totally unlocked us. And now I just can't imagine the game without you. You're a little ray of sunshine, Spike. Oh, I think it's mostly the fact you're staring straight into a campfire that makes you feel like I'm a ray of sunshine. We fires are often told we have bright personalities. But tell me, among all the game ideas you had, why choose this one in particular? There were 3 things we especially liked. 1, we knew it worked in VR, so we were confident it would also work in 2D. It was a project that Reed thought allowed us to focus on something really important to us, creating empathy among people around the world. 3, it was a reasonably sized project we felt we could fund ourselves if we didn't find a publisher. Those were 3 really important arguments, and among them the most important for us was empathy. Our Western societies are increasingly structured around companies whose business, oh gosh, I can't read today, is to pit us against each other. And we love the idea of humbly creating a space where the goal isn't to separate us, but to bring us together. We had lots of other ideas. We still do, actually. But this one, there was something special. Plus, we had just wrapped up a project that dragged on too long for both of us. And Fireside Feelings really seemed doable in a short time. Okay, to be honest, we went way over the time we planned, but thanks to our publisher, we were able to keep working and take the project much further than we initially expected. And today, we're really proud of the result. There's one point you insisted on. At the start of the game, I have to clearly explain to new players that everything is anonymous. But what do you do to make sure it really is? This moral contract of anonymity is kind of the foundation of our game. There are two things we must be uncompromising about, otherwise the whole safe space feeling collapses. Anonymity, and moderation. They keep saying it. And for anonymity, we basically had two choices. Either be cybersecurity experts and guarantee player data safety no matter what, or not store anything that isn't already visible in-game. And I'll let Jax explain what we chose to do, because he handled that whole part. Aha! Yeah, exactly. When you see big companies with top-notch teams getting all their data hacked, I just thought, there's no way I can protect player data all by myself. And ethically, what's the point of keeping information about people who play, especially if you don't need it to make the game work? Very true. On top of that, we realized that offering full anonymity by hiding players' usernames made them feel safer and gave them a more intimate space to share. Hold on, I need to charge my mouse. I did a lot of gaming last night. Don't want it to die midstream. So anonymity was both a more ethical choice and a better experience for players. It was an easy decision. And don't worry, I still did everything I could to make sure players can play safely. I see. The other question that players often ask me is, the people I'm talking to, are they real people? My chatters? My la-la lovers? The ones who are asking about that? Hold on, let me hydrate. Oh gosh, and my nose too. Or are they AI? Oh, that was a question. Yes, it's true that we get a lot of questions about this. No cheating, no AI, no pre-programmed characters. These are really real people. But, however, they are only conversations that have been moderated and approved. And we are super strict with moderation because we can't allow the possibility that a player is there confiding intimately and then faced with a hateful or aggressive testimony. Very, very nice. That would instantly destroy the safe space bubble and would be a real betrayal of our moral contract. So we put a lot of energy and care into it. Yes, I set up a complex moderation system. It's probably what took me the most time, which we've redesigned several times. We are very satisfied with our system, but we would change it again if it turned out that it could let through hateful, hurtful messages and destroy the safe space we've tried to create. But so far, it's proven to be very robust. Oh, but how does the moderation actually work? Aha, the big question. Obviously, you'll understand that we can't go into too many details, so no one can bypass the system too easily. But overall, we have 3 main stages of moderation. The first step is an algorithm we developed to do an initial sorting. We remove all conversations that don't follow the rules, try to cheat, share personal information, etc. There goes the self-promotion, darn it. No, I'm kidding. Once this first sorting is done, we call on the most engaged members of the community in a way that you'll discover later. And finally, we have a manual moderation stage where we pick up the most interesting conversations and moderate them. This means we check that they stay within a supportive framework, we apply trigger warnings, and if everything is good, we add them to the database of conversations players can encounter in the game. It's a long process. But once again, this ensures that each player will be in a protected space and they'll never come across a conversation that could harm them. I see! Well then, my friends, thank you for answering my questions. Maybe we'll meet again later for more questions. One last thing. If you had to wish something to the people reading us, what would you wish them? Aha! Caught in our own game of questions! Well, if I had to wish them something, first, thank you. Thank you for taking the time in your life to step aside, reflect on yourself, and open up to others. If I could wish you something for the future, it would be to overflow with empathy and happiness to the point of spreading it to the world around you. And you, Jax? First, thank you to you who are playing our game. I sincerely hope your experience has been as smooth as possible so far. And otherwise, if I had to wish something, it would be, stay courageous, because you are not alone in this world. We who created this game and you who are playing it are already three wanting a more kind world. Tell yourself that there are many of us who sometimes fear this world. But the reality is, if you listen to others, there are many of us who want a more respectful world. But for that, we need to surround ourselves with the right people and learn to listen to others, understand them, accept them, and take a kind first step toward one another. And me, I wish you many free DLCs so this game can live on for a long time. Oh, is that it? Yes, I think we have reached the end of that. So that's very nice that they did that. Okay. Do we do to continue? The wood? Oh! It customizes your campfire! I love that you can customize! Ooh, welcome you to your customization screen. Here are the different categories of available objects. Classic objects, ground objects, objects specific to certain campfires, and finally, luminous objects. Click on a category to choose an object. Ooh. What's this? Oh, food? I am hungry. Is this ramen? Once selected, click where you want to place it. Huh? Oh, whoops! I'm going through the directions pretty fast. After placing an object, you can click it again to modify its size. Once placed object appears here, you can click easily add more by clicking this button. If you ever want to disable the player silhouettes, you can click here. If you ever want a better view of the area where you're placing objects, you can click here. If you make a mistake, click this button to undo the last action. When you're happy with your customization, click this button to save your campfire. Oh, nice one, nice one. Do I really want this ramen bowl? Huh? Place the same object. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Ooh. Maybe, yes, a nice hot drink. What else is there? Oh, interesting. Let's see for a ground object. Ooh, this seems very nice. Wait, is it gonna be... Interesting, interesting. Because how's it gonna look? It looks weird. What's it do? What's it do? Ooh! Oh, this is the kind words reference! Oh my gosh! So cute, so cute. We have to add Ella. We have to add Ella somewhere here. Yeah, let's put Ella right there. That's the kind words! Because, yeah, that's what the person said in the kind words recommendation game. That was like, oh yeah, by the way, there's an Ella reference in Fireside Feelings. There it is! Ah! I love it! Luminous object. Oh! Wow! Ooh, I love this so much! So cool, so cool! What else can we do? Oh, a square. That's interesting. Yeah, I like my I like my moons to be circles. Ooh, and this to add just like a little more feelings to it. What else is here? Oh, to where it's not so prominent. Okay, that's fine. Oh, you can change the scene. Oh, wait, what does that do? I'm a little bit confused. I don't know what it is doing. Am I blind? What's this? Yeah? No, okay. Oh! Oh no! What did I just undo? Okay, I think I'm okay. Okay! You know what? I think we're good for now. New promise fulfilled, yeah. Okay, let's do the train ticket. Let's get more convos happening. Oh, hello. Are you joining us? Choose the theme of the conversation. Ooh, I really like you can choose a theme. Let's see. Let's do life goals, because right now I am I'm questioning my life right now. Whoa! Nice to meet you. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable. We were talking about our dreams and goals. You know, those little stars that always shine above your head and point you in the right direction. Well, walking, especially when you have legs like yours, one of my life goals is to travel around the world. What's your goal in life, Star-LaLa? I mean, what would a successful life look like for you? A successful... I can't spell. For me would look like who's that cootie patootie in the right corner? It's Ella, the deer. You see the deer from Kind Words? Are you talking about mine? Hello, Lucky. Hello, Luz. How are you? How are you? A successful life for me would look like living in my dream house with the ones I love. Also, pursuing a career or careers that makes me feel mostly satisfied and happiness. Or and happy. But yes, hellos. And you? I don't really know sometimes. A dreamy axolotl. Woo! It's like you see me just being as a bee, and then we just have a axolotl. I often say, staying alive and surviving is already a success. Oh, that's true. Dang. But I guess the real thing is, I want to create something. I want to make people dream. I want to make them forget life for a bit. Whatever the mean, but my strongest dream is to make a video game. Woo! That's very inspiring. Ever since I was a spark, I've dreamed of leaving my hearth. It's kind of a childhood dream. I think childhood is when all possibilities are open, when you can leave and do almost anything you want. That must influence the dreams we have as adults, right? To what extent have your childhood dreams influenced the person you've become today? Well, I don't think my childhood dreams came to fruition. Like, there was a point where I wanted to be a gardener because I really liked the idea of flowers. and then a professional tennis player. I am now a teacher, an educator. So I don't think it really shaped for how I am today. Are those texts from real people? Yes, yes. You just missed the FAQ part where the developers actually addressed the question of whether it's real people talking or AI talking, but they confirmed that it is 100% real people. It's just not in real time because in the FAQ they explain. So their responses are not in real time, and that's because they need to moderate your responses. So if your response is not following their rules, if you're just being hateful and mean, then they will do their thing. So right now, whatever the axolotl is saying, those messages have been approved by the developers, and yeah, their response was given whenever they play the game. I'm sorry to hear that, Lucky, but very glad to hear you're doing fine. But let's see, to what extent? Funny to say, I think dreams did, or I guess in a way it did influence of who I've become today, just to show that like one can dream, but I need to face the reality. Funny to say, I think my childhood dreams influenced who I am today. They never came to fruition. That is one spell. What's your question? So here's the question. To what extent have your childhood dreams influenced the person you've become today? A gardener, a professional tennis player, in business, technology, however, I ended up being an educator. For a little bit, I need to leave maybe at 12:35 in my time. Understandable. Let's say that the rainbow font is totally unreadable. Yeah. It's even hard for me to read, and I have like the game like literally right here in full screen. Like it is a neat idea, but I think they need to just fix, I guess, like the brightness or the contrast of it. That way it is readable. Like I think it's like a little bit too bright. All of this shaped me to who I am today. Learning that, wow, yes, it's nice to have dreams. It's okay if they don't come true. You can or you can have more dreams along the way. It's an accelerator, white chair. As a child, games were my refuge. It still is in a way. My illness started to grow. I became disabled. Games and fictions took more and more space to help me cope. I studied to become an animator, but my health got in the way. I had to drop out. It sucked. I felt life had hit the pause button, but I'm slowly starting to realize I can still draw. I can still animate. I can still learn and create. Why are people such good storytellers? I feel like I'm doing such a bad job. Slowly, movies and comics are making me dream less and less. But video games, they are really powerful to me. So now I'm slowly starting to learn how to make my own game. It's hard, frustrating at times. It often feels unachievable. But I'll make it one day, and my child self will be proud. Often when people tell me about their childhood dreams, I want to drop everything to help them achieve them. Has it ever happened to you to help someone else achieve one of their dreams? That's a loaded question. I wouldn't say it was their dream, but I did help my bestie get the job that she has now. It's the same workplace that I go to for my part-time. In a way, yes, I did help someone else out. I wouldn't say that it was their dream, but they wanted to leave their workplace at the time. I wanted to help them in any way I wanted to could. So when the opportunity came up, I wanted to be really good, so when the opportunity came up a job, I took that chance to mention them. I knew they would fit right in. I just started that job, but knew that it was a bright, positive place surrounded by good people. Unlike the other job, where it felt like a prison. My friend was able to showcase their talents and charm to where they skipped the second interview, which is very true. I had to do the 2 interviews in order to get the position, but granted, this is when the store was just being open, brand new open. So I guess they needed to make sure, since I was one of the first employees to get hired on, that I was good. So whenever I was the one that suggested my friend, and they met her that first interview, just initially right on the spot, that I guess she was that charming to where she got to skip the second interview. Now granted, yes, they were desperate to make sure they got someone hired on before the grand opening day, which is literally happening that same week. But I would like to say that I played a big part in that. Like, I earned their trust so much that after they met her and she did her part, that they're like, you know what, you just hired on. Skip the second interview. My friend was able to leave the toxic workplace and found happiness at the new one. With the resort? I don't know about that. Okay, I'll do it. I don't think so, unfortunately, but I know my mom often says I'm, with my brother, one of the reasons she followed her dream. She was a chemist. Whoa! Okay, alright. I wish my mom had a job like that. Damn! She was a chemist working with a lot of toxic stuff, and it was starting to take a hit on her health. Her real dream was to teach yoga to people, to make them feel better by moving their body that way. When she was pregnant with, I would like to say with me, she had an accident in the lab, and that's when she decided to stop and follow her dream, because she was tired of how dangerous it was, because she did not want to have a child and still have such a job, because she was afraid another accident there would mean she would not be here anymore for her child. You see, that's what I find beautiful about dreams. Okay. It's like, you know, after what they just shared and then doing this, I know it's just to start the next question, but formulating a dream is also a way to already change your present. Do you see what I mean? Like if you say, I'd like my life to be less fast-paced, to spend more time with my loved ones. Well, you've already taken the first step to spending more time with your loved ones. And you, Star-LaLa, what would your life look like if all your goals came true? Would it be different from your current life? If all my dreams came true, if all my goals came true, I would be leaving a profession that definitely deserves more respect and money. Teachers need money too. A lot of monies. That would bring me happiness and have a good work-life balance. My current life would definitely be different. If I had achieved all my goals. I would be an animator, maybe working in a studio for a movie or a game. But it's forgetting my health and my disability. I guess in another timeline, my other self handles it much better than me. Aha. I wish them luck and happiness, and wish to someday be as happy as them. Thank you both so much for sharing with us. And in the same time, the trouble with dreams is that sometimes, even with the best will in the world, we have dreams that contradict each other, or even that contradict those of other ones around them. or even that contradict those of others ones around you. Star-LaLa, has it ever happened to you to give up on a dream for someone else? Now I gotta think. Did I give up a dream for someone else? I don't think so. Unless that someone else is me. I have given up on several dreams, but it wasn't for someone else. I did it because of me. As I had ambitious dreams like becoming a professional tennis player. Reality hit very in the face. And this part is true. Also, part of it is the fact that I didn't put in 100% effort in order to make those dreams come true. I gave up when seeing the reality of how things were going. Instead of persisting through, I just gave up. When I was a teenager, I really wanted to be a war reporter at a time. I was obsessed with it for a few months. One day, my mom sat me down with a very serious face. She explained to me what that really meant for my loved ones, how it was a very stressful job for me and others, how it was sure one I would not come back, how she was not, how she was not able to handle it, how it would make her feel. It made me think a lot. I started to realize maybe I did not want that. Maybe it was a temporary fixation. Maybe I would regret. And I started to forget about it. Later, when it was time to choose college and future job for real, I thought about it again. I even applied to the journalism school. But really, I did not want it anymore. I got so anxious about it during the entrance exam that I sabotaged it. I wrote stupid stuff knowing it was wrong and tried to make it funny to brighten maybe the day of the teacher that will correct it. I'm happy I did. I think my mental health would not have survived to this. It's not always easy to match the people we love with something as deep and intimate as our dreams. Sometimes even from the people you love the most. Have you ever felt that your loved ones were trying to dissuade you from pursuing one of your life goals? I guess, yeah. Yes, yeah. Some of my loved ones tried to dissuade. Is that how you spell dissuade? Yes. Was so big. Okay. It was my father that kept on pushing the narrative. It wasn't the rare times that we did meet up in person, he kept on questioning my decision. Okay, bye, Lucky. Thank you so much for stopping by. Wishing you a wonderful night. Have a good night and rest. Hopefully seeing you the next time. He continued to do so, which did make me question whether I could truly do it or not. Spoiler! I ended up changing my don't regret decision. I don't regret the decision, but can't help but wonder wonder where I would be right now if I wasn't dissuaded from being a computer person. Tech person. And you? Not really, but I have a hard time sharing the stuff I dream to do with my loved ones. When I'm making progress in my game dev journey, I'm afraid and don't tell them. I'm afraid they would find it boring or useless. Maybe I should tell them. Oh, so I guess you could add effects to your font. Right now, I'm slowly untelling my friends because I'm tired of being alone with my dreams. I can't wait to be able to share more. And at the same time, sometimes we are our own dream breakers. We tell ourselves that we're not strong enough, that we don't have time for such nonsense, and so on. I see plenty of people around me who say, well, some dreams are better left as dreams and never come true. It's better that way. What do you think? Should some dreams stay dreams? Well, yeah. Yes. I think some dreams should stay as dreams. Dreams can serve as motivation to persist through hard times. Though your dreams may not come true, you can be proud of the fact that you are where you are today because you had those dreams. Let me see if this is how you do the text style. Oh, it is! So if you click it, oh, the rainbow. Dreaming is believing. So to believe in yourself. It's gonna be hard to read. Oh, it kind of looks a little bit easier to read. So maybe it depends on your color of your chat box too. Cause yeah, I would like to say it's a little bit easier to read with my reddish, pinkish, purplish one. I don't think so, because dreams are what makes us alive. More than that, it's what makes us want to be alive. But then there is the case of dreams that are dangerous or hateful or violent, or I don't know. Then we can only hope that in the process of learning how to achieve their dreams, they learn why it's not such a good idea and find another. Star-LaLa, a dreamy axolotl, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your honesty and sharing. I'd like us to end on a positive note together. I'd like us to commit to achieving a dream each by the end of this month. Damn! 30 days to achieve a dream, even if it's a small one. Come on, let's motivate ourselves. What will your dream be, Star-LaLa? Okay. Hold on. I guess I need to look up examples of a dream. Because it's like an example of like small one and big one. Examples of small dreams to achieve. So let me see. Because I think I'm dreaming too big. I'm thinking of like the very big dreams. Break up on Hearthstone. I don't know about that. I have not touched that game in a hot minute. Or, I mean, if you're saying that, then hitting Diamond in Marvel Rivals. The dream of stopping traffic. The dream of pulling off. Okay, the dream of saying no once a day. Oh, okay. Magazine cover. I don't know about that. A semi-organized sock drawer. Oh. The dream of not screaming. The dream of being the woman in the song. Ooh. The dream of total silence. Step 1, let your batteries die. All of them. But then it's supposed to be like in a month or by the end of the month, no? 30 days to achieve a dream. So starting now, day 1. Seeing if I can achieve it by March 16th. Because today it is February 16th. Oh, wait! Okay, hold on. This is very nice and simple, actually. Because I think I should be able to finish it by then. It's to finish recording, at least by March 16th, recording for the album. Because I'm going to be honest, I still haven't done it. Life has been busy. My dream is to finish recording for my very first music album. I have 3 more songs to record for it. There will be... Okay, hold on. 9, but then minus 1, 8, then 8 plus 3. Right? Okay, hold on. I have 9 songs out, but one of them I'm not releasing. And then I'm doing the intro, outro, and another song. So there will be 11 songs on it. I've been procrastinating, which is true. I'm not gonna lie on that. On it. And as well as being busy with other stuff in life. However, now that I'm setting this goal in game, I will be sure to achieve, or is a dream. It's dream. Now that I'm setting it, or I'm just to make sure it is dream, right? Yes, my dream. Now that I'm playing, I need to calm down. In this game, I will ensure that this dream comes true. I'm currently trying to learn how to make games on the engine Game Maker. I found a challenge online asking to make 10 or 20 games with specific requirements for each, and each one being harder than the last, depending on how challenging you want it to be. I'm still at the first one. It's my first time. It's hard and really scary. But I'm slowly doing it. So my dream will be to finish the first game of the challenge and start the next one. Yes! I commit to trying to drink more water. True! That's actually also a good one. I should have just said that. Even though, well, I feel like it's not as good for my health as I've seen on the internet. Come on, let's take a photo of this moment and then off to bed. Yeah. Ooh, and I like how you have to shake it. Shake it. Talking about our life goals. Oh, this is how you can do that. Look at me. I'm just a silly boy. But yeah, alright. I feel like this is a good stopping point now. I'm really glad I did start up this game. So now maybe we can juggle between Kind Words 2 and Fireside Feelings. Maybe playing both in one day. Because, yeah, with Kind Words 2, I don't like to do all the activities in one day. So maybe I'm just, doing, 4. And then we could just jump into Fireside Feelings afterwards. Because then, yeah, that's where it's I'm really glad that both games are very different. Because in Kind Words 2, you're very limited what you can say. So it really makes you, thank you, Trollless, for the sub. Thank you. Welcome to the La phase. But yes, with Kind Words 2, because you're limited what you can say, it really makes you think, to summarize your response, and you can't share, all the details. But then here in Fireside Feelings, you can really, really extend your response. And I think that's where, I need to, adjust how I respond, because I think my response is more like Kind Words 2 style, but then, the two people that we did, hear responses from, they're very, sophisticated. Sophisticated, very long. Or I guess where, they're truly, opening up about themselves. And I guess that's where, I'm kind of struggling a little bit, especially of the fact that, I am streaming, so I don't want to, dox myself, share too much information. But again, I think my response style is still catered more towards Kind Words too. So that would be a nice practice. So yes, I think we found a new game to play on top of hashtag Kind Words Wednesday. I think so. Very, very nice. But yes, with that, I am going to go ahead and hop off for the day. So, oh yes, my streaming schedule. Oh my God. Okay, I do have it. I'll post it later. Okay, hold on. Let me find it first here. I was forgetting something. So I do have my stream schedule for this week. So here we go. So yes, Wednesday, I'm still playing Kind Words 2. Maybe I'll still do Fireside Feelings afterwards. We'll see. And then, wait. I thought I updated this. I will do the correct schedule afterwards. Because for Thursday, I was thinking of doing 1,000 Things You Don't Know About Me. But I'm changing it to Marvel Rivals. I want to climb. Oh my gosh, it's such a disaster. I was plat 3, now I'm back at gold 1 in the negatives. Because the games yesterday, like something about the teammates I was getting yesterday, they were so bad. Apparently in one game, because I don't have voice comms on, but a friend I was playing with, they were telling me, oh yeah, our Black Panther sounds like pretty high right now. I was like, so I reported the player because they were not being the nicest, and it actually went through, so they are restricted from competitive play. 4 streams in a week, I know, right? But yes, so Thursday, I'm gonna update that picture, in which I thought I already did. I think I did in Canva, but then just forgot to save it again. So yes, Thursday will be Marvel Rivals, and then Friday is 3D debut! 3D debut, 3D debut. It should be happening. If something happens again, my apologies, and we'll just reschedule it. That's just how life goes, you know? But yes. So be excited for that. And I definitely need to prep for it. I really do. Like, the whole 3D setup I got already, and it's not like it's gonna be too fancy. I don't have, like, the actual, like, mocap equipment or anything. So it's gonna be very limited movement, but the highlight will be karaoke and performing my own original songs. So yes, this is the schedule for this week. Yes. Alright, now let me go ahead and hop off. So I really hope you did enjoy this stream. Sorry for the voice crack. Sorry for the hydrate break. Sorry for needing to leave just a wee bit to get my packages. I'm pretty much a hot mess, so please be ready for that. But yes. Let me say goodbyes. So wishing you a wonderful rest for your day or night wherever you are in the world. And I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.